What if the most sophisticated legal system in the world isn't found in modern courtrooms, but in ancient scrolls? What if true justice demands not innovation, but timeless principles? Today, we're diving deep into the world of Jewish law, specifically the Torah Sheba'al Peh, the oral law, and how it presents a radical, moral, and surprisingly modern alternative to Western legal theory. Unlike modern legal codes built on evolving case law and judicial interpretation, the Torah presents a system rooted in fixed ethical principles. In Torah law, justice isn't what a judge feels is right. It's what God has declared is right. 2 witnesses are always required for capital punishment. Circumstantial evidence, completely dismissed. Why? Because truth isn't subjective. Justice can't be left to trends or personal biases. Example, the Mishnah in Makot says that a Sanhedrin that executed more than once in 70 years was considered bloody. Harsh punishments existed, but were rarely used. Their true purpose? Deterrence and moral clarity. In Torah law, there is no such thing as a prison sentence. Why? Because justice isn't about locking people up. It's about correcting wrongs and uplifting society. Contrast this with Western systems. Prisons are overcrowded, expensive, and often fail to reform. Rambam, Hilchot Sanhedrin 24, does mention temporary incarceration, but always as a means, never the goal. Jewish justice isn't passive enforcement, it's an educational national mission. Israel is viewed as an army of God, and violations of Halacha are betrayals of that divine mission. In Western law, judges create law through interpretation. Halacha, judges discover law. Halachic rulings aren't based on personal feelings or courtroom theater. They're logical extrapolations from timeless principles. In the Israeli legal system, a judge might decide based on human dignity. But what is that exactly? One judge defines it as bodily autonomy, another as psychological comfort. A 1970 article by Professor Zvi Zamaret shows that even core principles like human dignity are elastic. Dignity is whatever the court defines it to be. Halacha resists this instability. Its strength lies in its clarity. Critics argue, isn't Halacha rigid? What about moral nuance? Actually, Halacha does include flexibility, but only when anchored in structured precedent and communal need. R. Chaim of Volozhin writes, when Halacha leaves gaps, the king or communal leaders fill them, not individual judges improvising from the bench. Rishonim like the Ran and Ramban distinguish between divine law and political necessity. The king enforces justice when Halacha isn't enough. Even the Shulchan Aruch allows for subjective judgment when cases require it, provided it's done with Yirat Shamayim, not convenience. Liberal law often separates law from morality. Halacha doesn't. Whereas Western courts won't rule on whether hunting for sport is immoral, Halacha judges even private behavior through an ethical lens. Gustav Schmoller called Western law the maximum of morality. But Halacha flips that. Torah law is not the maximum, it's the foundation of morality. Judges in Halacha aren't neutral bureaucrats, they're expected to be wise, humble, and above reproach. Yirei Elokim, Sonai Betza, God-fearing and incorruptible. Absolutely. In fact, many communities still operate under halachic arbitration. And during the exile, halachic courts assumed the role of kings, meting out justice to protect society. In medieval Ashkenaz, rabbinic courts could issue corporal punishment, even death, mishum migdar milta, to protect the community. The Radvaz, Rivash, and Chassam Sofer all affirmed that Torah law allows rabbinic leadership to take extraordinary action in exceptional times. This flexibility, anchored in deep principles, is what makes Halacha so powerful. Torah law isn't outdated. It's a model of how law can serve society with justice, consistency, and soul. It doesn't rely on moods, trends, or political ideology. It demands integrity, not just in the courtroom, but in the heart of every citizen. Halacha offers not just laws, but a vision of a society built on divine wisdom. And maybe, just maybe, that's the kind of justice we're all still searching for. If this inspired you to rethink law and justice, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you think Torah law has a place in modern justice systems? Until next time, stay thoughtful,